Israeli airstrikes have reportedly killed at least 125 Palestinians across the Gaza Strip overnight, according to local health authorities. Many children are among the dead, with complete families reportedly wiped out, said Gaza's health ministry spokesperson Khalil al-Dekran. This follows Israel's announcement of an expanded military campaign, which it says is intended to release hostages and achieve the total defeat of Hamas. Let's listen in to what some of the affected Gazans have had to say.
في البداية تم قصفنا، يعني صحينا مش شايفين قدامنا والدنيا غبرة، وأسفر هذا الاستهداف اللي هو الساعة 2 فجرا عن استشهاد 9 أشخاص وإصابة 7 آخرين بعضهم حالتهم خطيرة.
ما سمعناش إلا له دبة، إلا الشبابيك القزاز علي والقزاز والبلوك كله، قمنا نجري من النوم وغبرة كله ما عرفناش حاجة. طلعنا برا الدار مش عارفين وين هو هي، لا هي عند جيراننا. فأجد الإسعافات وكذا يسعفوا في الناس.
Well, the health ministry in Gaza also said that all public hospitals in the north of the territory are now out of service. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghai has strongly condemned the strikes, calling for an end to impunity for Israeli soldiers. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, over 53,200 people have been killed in Gaza since October the 7th of 2023. These developments come amid ongoing ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas. Well, joining us to discuss these latest developments in the war-torn Gaza Strip is Ali M. Abushbak, an independent Palestinian researcher who joins us from Cairo. Ali, as always, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Further strikes and intensified military incursion from Israel. What are the reports that you're hearing from the ground in the recent hours and days?
Thank you. In fact, Israel announced that it's launched their operation Gideon Chariots on the ground today after the Donald Trump, the USA president, he conducted his trip in Middle East and he finished it. And Israel launched its operation in Gaza. As you mentioned, that more than 100 civilians got killed during this night, a terrible night. And worth mentioning that since the past 1 week, Palestinian living under the fear because the Israeli intensive bombardment in Gaza in the middle of night and during the daytime. On the ground, Palestinians living in the fear because of the intensive and continuously bombardment. Most of the Israelis bombardment and targeting its focus in northern Gaza and southern part of Gaza. In northern Gaza, in Jabalia city and Jabalia refugee camp and Tal al-Zatar, as well as also Beit Lahia. In northern part of Gaza, in southern part of Gaza, that the Israeli airstrike is focused in Khan Yunis, the city that that supreme leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, he belongs in, and they are assassinated him during the fight in the last year. So the things is on the ground, Palestinian, that civilian now devastated completely because Israel targeting the tent and the shelter that the civilian they take because of their home that got demolished and got destroyed during this war. Furthermore, also there is a lack of in supplies and food. Israel, since Hamas released the Israeli American soldier Alexander, they didn't allow for the humanitarian aid into Gaza. So until now, there is a 35 Palestinian hospital function, but now it's running out because of the end of the supplies and because also the Israeli blockaded, they cut off the supplies for medical supplies to help the hospital.
Yes.
To treat the injured people.
Yes, absolutely. Ali, sorry to interject there, but I do want to discuss these ongoing negotiations that have been taking place in Doha, Qatar. Reports suggesting that Hamas has offered to release 9 hostages in exchange for a 60-day truce that would also see 400 aid trucks per day and a release of Palestinian prisoners. How likely is it that Israel will accept these terms? They've been very clear they want all hostages returned. They've also been clear that they want Hamas to be disbanded and disarm. In your opinion, is this almost a futile effort to end the hostilities, given that it's so far from what Israel wants?
I guess the change from Hamas mentality to accept such kind, because Hamas in the very beginning they announced, they released several of a statement they will not accept the negotiation until unless Israel withdraw and stop the ceasefire, and they demanding for comprehensive exchange for the hostages and the Palestinian prisoner. But up to now, Hamas accepted to release part of the hostages and as well as the remain body, Israelis body in Gaza for sake of 2 months of a truce or ceasefire in Gaza. This is a development in Hamas mentality, and I guess this is not Hamas demand to stop the war. Everyone's in Gaza, everyone demands to stop the war, and in any cost, in any for any condition to stop the war and end this killing machine and end the bloodshed in Gaza. So I guess Hamas show their flexibility in this negotiation, and up to now the Israeli delegation in Qatar and Doha to finalize the deal with Hamas. There is an indirect talk between Hamas and Israel, and as well as Hamas team delegation is still in Qatar. So as I mentioned last 3 days, there is a good news, it will come. And in my belief that Israel is going to accept it, because there is Witkoff, he pressurized Hamas, Israel, and pressurized Qatar to make Hamas accept the deal and to end this war. Yesterday also the foreign minister of Emirates, he demanded to stop the war, and he's ready to be a part of reconstruction Gaza. Also, we have witnessed that the foreign minister of Spain, he also demanded these things. There is no doubt about to stop the war and end the war. I guess Hamas accepted, and nowadays also that the decision on the table from the Israeli side, so either Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, he will accept it. And I guess now Benjamin Netanyahu, he's in hard place and toughest decision, because he knows if the war is ended, his career is going to be ended. So in my opinion, the international community pressurized Israel to accept the deal and to stop the war and allow to humanitarian aid into Gaza. These things, there is no doubt about it, and no one can disagree with these things, because the casualties always from the civilians, and we have witnessed the terrible footage and photo that from the Gaza civilians got impacted and was injury, and we have witnessed many children got killed. So I guess Hamas also going to accept to disarm and to leave Gaza and leave the power to the coming organization to running Gaza. Hamas has no choice now, because also Palestinian in Gaza demanding Hamas to accept such kind of offers or such kind of conditions.
Yes, absolutely. Ali M. Abushbak, thank you ever so much for joining us. Of course, a difficult situation on both sides, with hostages still being held